Beg, who go settle these two people matter now? Who go settle this matter? Because the trailer wey pass in between them, wey cross, wey pass for their center, e be like say the trailer cause serious commotion. Serious commotion. So as this one dey throw im jab, this one too dey throw im jab. As this one dey throw im jab, this one too dey throw im jab. Not quite long, we saw President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Kaduna, where he said that he was hailing Governor Sani Uba for making the state very peaceful and conducive and not being toxic, and unfriendly, like as in former administration. Even though he did not mention names, but then of course, looking at the architecture of the political atmosphere between President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Nasir El-Rufai, former governor of Kaduna State, there will be no doubt, one will not be far from the truth if one says that he was actually referring to the administration of Governor El-Rufai. And we've not been able to get to the bottom of why El-Rufai did not make the ministerial list. Though he said after his name was being knocked out, he said that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu intentionally did it and that he didn't want him to be in his administration and all of that. But then you saw recently where El-Rufai said, actually that was a response to the jab that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu threw indirectly, that thank God that he thanks his God that he didn't allow him to work in this administration that he described as a disaster. Well, no be me talk am, no be me talk am. Na El-Rufai talk am. So no consult say na me talk. No, I just dey talk wetin him talk. If you see am on top news, check am. Na him talk am. Say this administration na disaster. There have been different opinions about this administration, and while some people are saying that he's doing excellently well, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the best thing that has ever happened to Nigeria, some people are saying, in fact, we have more people saying that there is a problem and it has to be solved. We are having quite a lot of the northern elites coming up to talk against the state of the nation, the hunger in the land and all of that. Even Ribado, the NSA, I saw in the news today where the NSA said hunger and unemployment has led to majority of the chaos and the unfriendly security architecture in Nigeria. And I was wondering, recall that it was President Bola Ahmed Tinubu who appointed him. So I was wondering, is he already, because you see, Northerners don't, from what I've seen so far, in my little opinion, and from what I've experienced so far, Northerners hardly break up. They are more together. There are more of them together than those that are apart. And so, even though NSA might be in the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, does not mean that he will not dance to the tune of his brothers. Because he wants to be able to return home. When he's through in the office, he wants to be safe. In his home, he wants his children to be safe. He wants everything. So I'm looking at it from different perspectives. Nasir El-Rufai has said that even though he worked for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023 to get him, votes in the north, he's now doing everything within his power to work against him. He has said that he's not contesting for any office in 2027. He said everything he's coming on board to do is to work against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and how he will lose. And one of the men who came on board to say we worked for him and now we are going to work against him and get him out of office was the late Ono Pasa, who died recently after he had made several such comments on TV, on live TV. What is the state of the nation? It's a series of catastrophe and whatever language you can call it. Even though they say the policies are a long-term policy, which will birth results and positive results in the nearest future, but then there should be policies inside policies that will ameliorate, the effect of the long-term policy. So there should be short-term policies hidden in the long-term policies to help, soften or cushion the effect of the long-term result policy, which is what we are not having today. Look at fuel. Fuel is gone and is going to another. It's about to 950 naira again now, and they said that that's not going to be all. It's going to continue like that. It simply means that Nigeria is still depending largely on imported fuel. It simply means Nigeria is depending largely on imported fuel because the complaint is the fight between Iran and Israel. So that means Nigeria is still dependent, and that's against all the promises that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu made during his campaign. Of course, how many has he fulfilled amongst all that even the ones he didn't promise us, he did at the beginning. Of course, he didn't promise that he would remove subsidy. Yes, even though, I can't remember him saying it, but I think all of them said they will remove crop subsidy. But then not as a inaugural gift, as an inaugural gift. Well, I don't want to say much. I want us to drop your comments, make them simple and simple. Let us know what your opinions are. How do we settle the matter between these two organs now? This matter, I would say, go affect 2027. And sincerely speaking, if we don't settle this matter now, the matter go affect 2027. Whether we like it or not, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can go ahead and employ all the northerners. The truth of the matter remains that there are guys in that place who also have the northerners in their pockets, who will determine who goes. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, but then let's hear your opinion. Let's know what you feel about this whole thing, and of course we'll draw a conclusion. Thank you very much for watching. This is Serious Matters here at ONIF TV.